Hi, Tom. It sounds like you're having some challenges with this whole concept of prom, which is an artificially constructed, forced social maneuver into actually obligatory and mandatory heterosexual coupling up. Proms can be a lot of fun. Like you said, there are the after parties and so on. In my own case, I met a whole group of friends. And my date was an older man. He was 23 years old and had never been able to go to his prom because he got a girl pregnant and married her and blah, 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 blah. We kind of called him Dumb John behind his back, but he was a pretty nice guy. And uh, anyway, it was a lot of fun. Went to a nice Mexican restaurant in the middle of Los Angeles. Uh, John and I did, and uh, had margaritas with our dinner, and I bought a little Mexican peasant dress that was hand embroidered and tore off the dress that my mother had bought me, which was a mint green double knit polyester, which is a cloth that doesn't you can't perspire. It's like wearing a plastic trash bag. This is in Los Angeles in the summer. Anyways, mint green dress. It was long sleeves all the way down to my wrists, all the way down to my ankles, and all the way up my neck with a big wide collar around my neck. So I was pretty much encased. I looked rather like a Mennonite. So I ditched that dress in favor of this cute little Mexican peasant dress that I belted so it came up above my knees. Nothing scantily clad or anything like that, just bright colors, cool, comfortable cotton. And John and I went to prom, and of course, I dashed into the ladies' room to put on the mint green horror show so that I could get my picture taken in that dress, and then dashed back in the ladies' room and put on my proper dress. And we danced a little, and then, like I said, a whole herd of us went out afterwards to a restaurant and to a friend's house and basically listened to Elton John records. I'm 57 years old. My prom was when I was 17, so you do the math. It was in the same hotel where Robert F. Kennedy Jr. would later be assassinated, and the hotel ended up closing down, the Ambassador Hotel. So, but mostly it was a pack of friends, and that brings me to a point about sexuality and gender and dating and all that kind of stuff. Is that I hear you say something that rather alarms me, and that is that you need to pay more attention to social conventions. That the whole adolescent rebellion thing doesn't pan out so well because you don't know the rules. You know, Picasso says you need to know the rules so that you know the basic techniques, but then you need to be able to go beyond the basic techniques. So, yes, it would be good if you knew the rules and you can study that stuff. It's all on the internet and all that kind of stuff. But please don't be under the misapprehension that the way to relate to another human being on an emotional, intellectual, intimate level is to obey rules and social conventions. There's not a human being on the planet that's worth relating to if one cannot be honest and authentic about who one really is and what really interests someone. And that was the point I was going to make about all this stuff about girls. I guess you think you don't know how to talk to girls. Well, you're making YouTube videos, son. You are talking to girls. You just don't know it. You don't think about it. Females play games too, you know. So your potential audience could be at least 50% female. It's estimated that we are about 50% of the gaming population now. So you already know how to talk to quote unquote girls. I would prefer you call them women since they menstruate and are capable of bearing live young. They are not children anymore. And I don't like the diminutive term of girls. It's kind of infantilizes females, and I actually find that rather sexually perverse. So you're already talking to girls, and I don't see why you can't talk to women the way you talk to anybody, really. If you're I don't know if you have permission in your life to be honest and authentic about your real self. It sounds like you're giving yourself permission with this blog. Um, so being authentic and honest is very important. As far as how to socialize with and um, become friends with females, I don't know what your interests are in real life. Would suggest that perhaps volunteering at an organization that interests you, suits your fancy. If you're an animal lover, perhaps socializing. Foster dogs that are going to be adopted out, so if they have any trauma and so on, they will be more socialized. I don't know if that would interest you. That's just an example. Um, there's all kinds of ways to meet females of the species that are actually worth your time. Astronomy lectures, if you're interested in the sciences. Don't you seem to like Harry Potter? A lot of females like Harry Potter. Excuse me, I don't know that you like Harry Potter. You seem to be familiar with Harry Potter. Um, anyway, I wouldn't stress out about it. I don't think the anatomical differences in plumbing have any bearing whatsoever on how we socialize with each other as human beings. Females are human beings. They may seem extremely different, and you may run into a few that are very superficial and shallow and think as you do that there is some sort of social convention that they have to obey in some superficial way of being in the world so that they will be acceptable. Females go through that a lot about physical appearance, not speaking up, not being honest about what they really think, not speaking their mind, not having an opinion, being passive. We go through a lot of indoctrination and training in that. It may be challenging to find females who just basically say, blow that off. However, I do believe that this challenge is actually quite worth it. Also, as far as having a lot of friends, you said something about, I don't have a lot of friends. A lot of close friends, that's what you said. Honey, nobody has a lot of close friends, not if they're really honest. There's only a few people in one's life that are worthy of the time, attention, affection, and commitment of a true friendship. You're doing fine, kid. If you can talk to women the way you're talking in this video, you'll do just great. I would knock off on the cussing though. So, and don't think of women as having to be decorative or ornamental. Think of their interior beauty and not just the superficial physical characteristics. Anybody can slap on paint and a push up bra and some kind of twinkly outfit and be a sexual decoration. But I think that you might have more between your ears than that kind of superficial nonsense. So maybe you might want to consider having conversations with people rather than wanting to admire them like they're Christmas ornaments. Have fun at your prom. Bye.